Hey, this is Michael from CY Store. You can see here we got it all put in there. I torqued it to about 35 foot-pounds. Sorry, I put the blue Loctite race, so I wasn't able to show you. But you'll probably need like a big torque tool if you want to go ahead and torque it afterwards. You have 24 hours to torque it once you put the blue Loctite on, unless you want to take out the bolt back and reapply it. So just go ahead and use, this is like a bigger torque here, because the other one can go only up to 16 pounds, my handheld one, which is about 200 inch-pounds. So you can see here, this is what you need. And you want to set it here to about, see this goes right here about foot-pounds. So you want to go and set it to about 35 foot-pounds. See, I'm between, well, 25 and 30. So it's about, that one will more than likely probably be about 25 foot-pounds right here. But you want to get it to the 30 foot-pounds. So I had it set to 35 foot-pounds. And you can go between 25 and 35 foot-pounds. Just want to let you know. But I recommend going at least 35 foot-pounds. Don't overdo it because you don't want to strip your variator, which is your crankshaft, and that's harder to replace. So you pretty much screw it into the 35, between 35 and 40, or between 30 and 40, which you want to go ahead and narrow it down to the 0 area here. Let's see. See there. This is a Harbor Freight tool. It's a little bit harder to use. It doesn't lock in. See, that's right there is at 40 right now, because the bottom edge right here is at 40, so you don't want to be there. Be too high, so I'm going to back it up a little bit. Halfway, get back to the 0. Now I'm at about between 30, so it's not very accurate, but then you have to tighten this as well, so it doesn't have that little latch automatically to do it. So then when you got this tightened down, then you're ready. Then uses a pretty much big socket ready to go. That way it will spring when it actually hits that torque. So this is what you'll do for both the variator as well as the clutch. Also, you notice here where I put the kickstand. Just let me get some resolution here. See where the kickstand is? I even screw this all the way in, and it actually doesn't allow it to touch this for some reason. I screw it in, it'll touch it momentarily, but the minute I get this gets tightened more, it kind of swings it back down a little bit. You can see here, which is fine. If worse to the worst, we'll put a little bit of maybe a white tie strap right here to help reinforce it. Let's see if we need to. I might want to do that right now actually, because again, I want to keep this hang on to the frame here, but it does have a little backing plate, which is going to hit one of this curvature spacer. And then you got this as well. So these are stainless steel bolts that's going into our stainless steel backing, which is good. I'm glad overall it looks really nice. So let me go get a tie strap and get that down. Today what we're going to do is, I found it very hard to get propane here in town. Everyone sells an adapter for it, but I wasn't able to get propane anywhere, but you'll be surprised. I even checked with APM. He was sure that even the Home Depot would have it, but nope, they did not have it. The place I actually got this propane from, butane, I'm sorry, I kept saying propane, I don't even know my stuff here. Butane was actually at a smoke shop. Could you believe that? And they actually have different variations of it. They got the 5X, the 7X. I'm not even sure what that means. I'm not even sure what honeydew means. I'm not sure it's gonna, smell like honey or whatever, but maybe this is the brand. But anyway, you will put that inside here, which we're going to learn how to do ourselves, so that way we can actually get started on soldering our tip. I guess what you call it, not soldering it, but I guess putting solder into the tip and having it work. I got a little clamp here, so I went to multiple places. I had to go Harbor Freight to get the micro torch, which they didn't have propane, so I went to the auto parts store, and they had the same setup. They didn't have any propane. I mean butane. I keep calling it propane. Butane. So I went to Home Depot, and then I went to Lowe's, and everyone had the adapter for butane, but no one had the actual butane. And I was almost getting stuff for my luck. I was going to order it at Amazon, and I'm saying, you know what, let me give a smoke shop a try, because I really want to get it done today. And so I went to AutoZone and got the fuses also. We got the 10 amp here, which is not going to be useful for our scooter setup. So I went ahead and get the 15 amp fuse here. These are like glow fuses, so when they pop, they glow. You can see different colors. The 10 amp is a red color. The 15 amp, it's more of a blue color, baby blue, I could say. So hopefully we'll get that one sorted out. And the reason why we got this butane for our torch was to be able to actually fill in solder here and see if we can get a really better connection with one of these, I guess you can call them, I don't know what you call them, but the fill-in connector type. So I know APM's probably gonna laugh at me because I can't come up with the words right off the top of my head, which I normally can. So here we go. So we're gonna put these guys back in here. We don't need these guys, and they keep falling out the other end. So let me just get out. Also got a little block here. They're like 3M blocks. They actually come with the sand grip right off the bat, so they're 220, and we're hoping to take care of that too as well. It might be a later project. We'll see how far we get on this side, taking care of this. So let me go ahead. Yeah, they keep falling out. That's fine. All right, so here we go. We're gonna use this block here to stand out the imperfection here from our enamel spray. You can see the rundown. It's kind of annoyed me a little bit. You can see how ugly that is. So we're just gonna use this right here. He prefers to wet it, so we'll try it wet, and then we'll see how it does. So let me see if I can get you an idea here what's gonna be like. Look at that. There we go. Look at that. So it's not too shabby. Not sure you can buff it out, but it's getting there. Then we'll have to probably hit it again. Hopefully it'll be a little bit more smoother. Look at that. You get all that little grime there in this corner. It's a little softer. So try home get all the running marks out. Looks like it's coming off. I can almost smell a little bit of the solder. I mean, the paint enamel. But yeah, it looks a little bit better. Let's see here. Well, that's getting it off though. So try to get all the imperfection off. I mean, it's not gonna be probably nice as the original, but we'll have to do for right now. Probably wouldn't be too hard to hit it with a can. APM recommends get the can away from it, at least about maybe good 10 or 8 inches away from the surface. I would say probably to be safe bet, maybe even a feet. Give it a spray. There we go, it's coming. Maybe put a little wet sand on it, put a little water. Let me get that out of the way too. Or maybe even buff it out, I don't know. Maybe we can buff it out after this. We'll see how this treats us. So you can see the aluminum, it's almost getting to the aluminum part. You can almost see the aluminum right now. And that's probably not where we want to be yet, because we have other things to take care of, but I'm already starting, and so I might as well. I was supposed to actually put this a little bit of half and half water and alcohol, but I just want to get an idea what it's going to be like. All right, so this is what the smooth one from the factory should be like. It still has a little orange peel to it, but it's still a little bit better than that ugly thing that we just kind of sand smoothly off. Now it looks like a little matted color, which we'll see what we can do as far as that. So yeah, so right now I'm going to show you where the kickstand hits, because I'm going to pull it back there, get ready for some electrical wiring work and everything. So let me go and put this tool back here. So this came in hand for torquing the bigger items, like, you know, the M12 nuts there. I think those are probably M12, but they take a 17 millimeter socket. There we go. Let me go and close this guy up. Leo doesn't want to close. Put this guy here, back in here. Instruction there. There we go. Well, his bottom part doesn't want to close. There we go. That'll have to do. There we go. Awesome. So let's go ahead and get started. Gonna move this around. You can see me set up the blue butane micro torch, they call it, at the handle. We'll install the fuse line too. That'll be fun, and we'll get plenty of our connector tips here just to make sure we did it right. So let's bring this all out and about, and let's see if we can get this guy started in the right direction. That was weird what just rolled out there. So everything else looks pretty awesome. I mean, I'm really happy with the ankle biter setup. So that's done, out of the way. We don't have to worry about that. And now I'm gonna go and place it down so you can actually see where the center kickstand will hit. And it will hit, I guarantee you. But let's see if it actually hits it properly. I might even get a little white tie strap again, like I said I was gonna do, and get that started. So let me back out a little bit so you guys can actually see the takeoff of the center kickstand beat there. Okay, you want to just kind of float it right there. You know, there's not really going opposite from the sunlight. All right, so let's just focus on the center kickstand where it's gonna fit. Let me go and get that 3M electrical tape, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get a white tie strap. We're gonna probably tie strap the areas there that we need to. I'll bring this whole tie strap with me. Okay, so I'm gonna go and back out the scooter so that way you guys get an idea of pretty much where it hits. So here we go, I'm gonna push it forward, not blocking your way. There we go, see that? See where it hits right there? That's pretty much where it's supposed to hit. Oh, we gotta put this down. All right, so let's go ahead and check it out together. I'm gonna bring the camera with me. See there? Getting close up, bro. It hits beautifully right there. Look at that, smacked. Look at that, front and center. So it did work. And you know what's funny though? I just don't want it to cause vibration. That's why I'm willing to go ahead and put the white tie strap there. But if you look at where it hit perfectly on that shaft, which is meant to be, because that's a little stronger bolt area instead of hitting, you know, just the aluminum. It's actually hitting. But what I want to do, and you can see here, this back area doesn't even hit at all. So there's no pressure here at all because this part's already hitting properly. So the kickstand will pretty much ride like this. Sorry. Which is fine, you know what I mean? Also a great way to protect, you know, someone's going directly into your variator real quickly or something flying into this, sort of blocks it slightly, you know. It's going to ricochet anyway if it gets to this part of the hair, as long as it doesn't get inside where the belt twines it, you know, then you're in trouble. So these are great, good blockers anyway. So you can, you know, your hand will swerve off. That's no problem there. But it's afraid of whatever, you know, just be really careful if you have like one of those Honda Ruckuses. You know, it could pull a full-grown man off of it. Luckily, these things have a little back plate here to protect you. And it also helps a little bit with aerodynamic of airflow coming through this way anyway too. So it's kind of nice, and it also seals off all those little crits and holes in area from the Kickstarter gear. So it just looks really nice, and I think it's really effective for my situation, because I can never actually remove to even change any of the rollers or anything. Now I can, which I don't even have to take off anything. Just pretty much get the 17mm impact wrench and bzz, bzz, that's it. Quick change of the roller rated weights and everything. We got our 1000 RPM clutch springs. Now I was told also by APM, he mentioned that you can actually, there's a special tool to actually, you know, I guess instead of clamping the wires, it extracts it for you so you can pull the pressure off the center and take it out that way. I thought it was great that he actually shared that. Another thing is, I think it was useful to know too, that we can actually take out the whole shoes assembly easily and don't even have to use any special tools to remove the springs once you do that, and you can clean out your shoes at the same time. So I thought that was it was a nice blessing trying to remove the clutch spring and find out that you can actually take out the shoes pretty simply by just pounding it on the opposite side of the socket there. So you guys saw that. Hopefully that was useful some way. I'm sure there's a tool just to remove the spring alone if you just want to remove the spring alone and not mess with all that. But I don't think it takes any more time to just disassemble the shoes, pop it back in. It's just those little rubber boots that might give you a little bit of trouble at the end. But other than that, I think it's pretty much fair to say it's kind of easy to clean. So yeah, we could put some, when we get to there, I can go ahead and tie strap it. That way this thing doesn't just, you know, like a little hammer little by little each day. So if I give it little reinforcement right here, it's already on there like this. This plate and this, you know, the tie strap that's been reinforced this will actually keep it aligned securely there. So I'll put, for once, I'll probably use a white tie strap in this scenario, because I guess it blends in more with the raw aluminum versus the black tie strap. So let's go and get that started, get that out of the way, and then we can start doing some 3M on the areas here, and then work our way to cutting this guy out. We're gonna need some tools, so we're gonna bring a toolbox and hopefully there. In fact, I'm thinking, yeah, we could probably do it right there. So let's go and get started here. Let me get the scooter moving. I've been getting a little bit of a nightmare trying to figure out the part of soldering his tip. I'm not efficient as APM does his, so he's comfortable. He could probably do it in his sleep. I'm glad he's able to share those tips with us. So if you guys check out his channel, it's very useful information. You know, the last one he did was about 45 minutes long. He put some nice Tex Flex wrap and I'm hoping to be able to do that too someday, maybe soon enough, but we'll see. That's probably the next upgrade on the wiring harness and stuff, or making your wires a little bit more. But for right now, I think I'm okay with some just good old-fashioned electrical tape, some good quality 3M ones, 33 plus super that he recommended. So let's get started, shall we? I'm moving the scooter back here in this area, get some more direct sunlight for use. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, I guess, lean the scooter forward for right now, and then let's go ahead and do that tie strap that we mentioned. So here it goes. I got all my tools for today. It was like 3 places I had to go through. I think maybe 4, including the smoke shop. It was O'Reilly, Harbor Freight, Home Depot, Lowe's, and I guess the 5th one you could say the smoke shop, just to get this butane here. But I couldn't find anywhere else. Unreal. So let's go ahead and put that tie strap now. Bring our toolbox. We can start cutting away. I should put a little bit more towards the cement area. We'll probably do that. Let me get my little tripod here. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and stick a little bit of a... Sorry, I'm breathing heavily again. It looks like the shot is kind of wearing out a little bit, maybe. I don't know. So I'm hoping to maybe have the shot last as long as I can. I really don't want to get another epidermal shot yet. So let's go ahead and put that in there like this. That fits actually pretty nicely. I hate to put tie strap, to be honest with you. I might even go with stainless steel one. I think this looks like jerry-rigged, huh? If I go with the stainless steel one, it won't give that nice, you know, kind of pressure that I'm looking for, like the plastic one. Because the stainless steel one will tie it solidly in place, but it will not give tightness pressure, you know? So let's see if I could do it like this. And maybe I could turn it on the inside, not have it show. That way it looks more solid like this. Kind of throws it all off the clean look a little bit. Not too bad. It's not too bad, but you know what? It's good for safety. All right. Now it's gonna be harder for me to cut it this way. I did it. Now I have to go try to get my pliers in here somehow. I'm sure I can figure it out. Let's go and get this guy situated. All right. I think he's good now. So he's gonna be solidly pushing in like this. It's not bad. See, he's in there. I gotta get the other side and cut him out. Let's see how it looks like overall. Yeah, it's not bad. It's like a clean white little Velcro there to it. I hope people don't think that I'm putting that just to hold my ankle biter on there. Now, a stainless steel one would look totally drastically different. And I think maybe a stainless steel would probably do us a little bit better. But then again, it would probably start scraping the aluminum, which probably don't care for that. So, and then the black one definitely will show a lot more. So I think the best bet is to keep this white one on here. Just want to make sure I can cut it cleanly. Okay, let me go and get a plier, start pulling it. And hopefully I can get a little cutter from up top. Alright, so let me go and get the little plier there to pull that. Alright, here we go. It's always fun trying to figure out the best angle where you can approach something. There we go. I could one more snap from it. That was it. That's enough there to put pressure on this guy to keep him solidly on here, so he's not making a little hammer every time I put this force on there. It pushes this up. So it's going to help, I think, overall in the long run, because if this actually gaps every time it pushes down this, it keeps hitting it little by little each time, it's going to start vibrating off, or vibrating this side loose. Eventually this guy's going to get loose. Now, there's not a lock washer for him, but he has Loctite as well. So they all have Loctite. So now it's time to cut it off. So I'll use a pair of pliers. And I'll try my best to cut it off cleanly, but maybe I could pull it out here first and then cut it off. Maybe it'll let me drag it out. Let's see. Let's see if it spins. It won't even spin. All right, so let me cut it off. Get my plier in there somehow. I'll have to probably do a little bit of ingenuity here. Okay, got the plier in there. Hopefully lay more flush. Gotta get one of the other handles in there. Do a little split. Actually, you know what? If I want to come all the way directly down, I have to get into this really tight space. All right, let's split it open now. See if I can get that guy to go down and chew on him. Try to lift him up too. Oh. There we go. I feel like I got pretty good, most of them. So let me go ahead and lift him up and do the cutting. 1, 2, 3, snip it. Oh, there we go. Snap. Snap, crackle, pop. All right, so we got it cut. Let's see how much clean cut we did or didn't do. Not bad. I get a little triangle going on here, but it's still not too shabby. It's not going to touch the belt. I don't think the belt will ever go that low anyway. But just in case, let's see if I can. Wish I can cut a little bit more, but I don't think the belt's ever going to ride that low anyway. If it goes that low, that means it actually has to go through these guys here, and it's never going to actually touch to these guys before to get to the sharp end of that tie strap on the very bottom there. So it has to actually pass these two top guys here, and I don't think it'll ever get to that point. So we're good there. It's not too bad, huh? It looks really nice. Good to have that little block plate there for our kickstand to finally rest on, because I wasn't sure what we're gonna do. We couldn't actually put the center kickstand. It'll be hard because these bikes are taller. They're not like the Ruckas where you can just lean on, and they need a little bit of that reinforcement center kickstand to be able to put it up in position. And I didn't want to actually take off my center kickstand, that's for sure. So that looks really nice. So we're good there. So let's go ahead, and I'm gonna bring it back more towards the cement area so I can actually put a chair back there and we can start doing a little bit of the taping and wire work here. So let's go ahead and do that. Get my pliers all set. Get this scrapped out. Little white strap ain't gonna hurt anything. Maybe even a black strap, who knows? We'll see what the arrangement is. But it looks pretty good. It looks still pretty damn clean. Just one little thing to hold the other side of the tie strap. Give it that little reinforcement. All right, so let's go ahead and get these tools here. Let me go ahead and scoot this scooter over a little bit. You can see when I take it off the center kickstand. I'm about to roll it. So I'm going to go and take it off that center kickstand right now. Oh, actually, I'm going to put it on the center kickstand, sorry. So let me go and roll this over and back it out. Okay, so I'm going to go and put it in the center kickstand. There we go. Actually, the center kickstand now comes down a little bit more easier than it was before. So yeah, you see when it actually gets relieved from the center kickstand, that little rubber there meets this plate right here, and that's what creates that solid ankle biting piece. That works really well. So these are definitely tightened up to specs. I'm not even sure that what do you call that? I wasn't sure if there was thread on the stainless steel backing plate of this or not, but I guess with thread probably be a little bit more supportive, or was it actually just hollow, meaning this one has to go through here in order to get the most thread, which I know that for sure, but I wasn't sure if the stainless steel plate actually had thread of its own. Yeah, it's a good about 2 millimeter thick. And so the stainless steel is about 2 millimeter thick, and this guy here is about almost 1.5 centimeters thick. You can see a difference there. So, yep, we're ready. Let's get started on putting that electrical tape on there, and then we'll get started on our tip wiring work. So let's get some of our 3M out here. This is the tape what we'll be using to fix some of the old tape that's left behind there from the old factory on the harness part. So let's see if I can hang this. The battery is like 25% emptied, and I put the charger on there. So let's see if it actually keeps holding the charge and recording at the same time. So it's going to be a challenge for it. Just got to find a place where I can sit this so it won't drop. Can't put it back here yet. So what I'm going to do is try to get in there and show you all the electrical. We're not going to do that much electrical taping. Mainly we're going to probably use the proper heat shrink, or unless there are already closed wires, then we'll have to use electric tape like this one. So we'll go after shortly. Let me go ahead and try to get this kind of way to hold it in place while I do the electrical tight wiring part of it. I'm not sure you guys can see it. Oh yeah, there it is. I'm not even sure which one I was focusing on first. So we're gonna do this guy first right now, and let's see how our adhesive is holding. So far so good. Looks pretty damn sturdy still. Thank goodness. Alright, so let me go and bend the tripod here. Oh, there it goes. The battery just dropped. So let me go and get that guy back into connection, because it'll charge and record at the same time. So that's amazing. It can actually do that. It gives it enough power where it can charge and record at the same time. Very impressed. Alright. There we go. That's probably going to stay it. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to open this guy up. Nothing much to him. He just looks like a normal electrical tape. That's it. Really, you can't even tell the difference other than what it says inside of it. Looks so much just like a regular electrical tape, but let's see how much more better this Super M3 compares to our normal electrical tape that's most commonly used. So we're going to go ahead and try to peel this over. I think I just moved my steering column, so it might be a little bit distorted now. There we go. So let's go ahead and get that guy off of here. Yeah, I got nightmares for all these wires that are taped like this. I was like, oh man. Now I did put adhesive on this way. That's why I didn't take the bulb out back. I put silicone already. I mean, I could pull it off though, but the silicone's already set in place, you know. Look at that. It's coming. It's all that nasty grime. This is what they really do. In fact, I should let it breathe, really. So let's see if I can try to clean a little bit off. I don't want to spray anything on there, unfortunately, because I don't want to actually have to wait again to apply new electrical tape. So we're going to go ahead and just kind of rub off the gunk a little bit. Clean a little bit of this. I don't know why they put all that in there like that. They're not going to use quality parts, but probably from a cost standpoint, huh? In fact, you're probably better off leaving it breathing and just putting some silicones here where it protects the water seal on it. Because I don't even know why would they put electrical tape here anyway, to be honest with you. Because the wires are insulated right here already. So we might just keep that exposed and just put some silicone on there. And let it just do its thing on the top of the silicone, just like we did for our brake light. Let's see if I can wipe it clean. I mean, that electrical tape might prevent, I guess, moisture from getting into this thing right here. But if you drop it down, moisture should actually disappear, right? So I'm not sure. Yeah, let's just clean it up real quick, and then we'll probably apply some. That way we can actually see our color code wise. So I don't think there's no need for that electrical tape here, really. Let's just clean it up really nicely. Kind of give it a nice rub down. Careful, don't pull the wires out, or else you're gonna have to redo everything. Put silicone. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is just put some silicone. See right here, prevent some moisture from getting into the area. Keep this guy here sealed. And I guess my little silicone tip too, it has a little bit issue here. Let's go and check it out. Have to probe it or something. There you go, that's my silicone. But unfortunately this little tip here is not clean, so I can't just get like a clean tip on it, so I have to actually clean it out with a little piece of wire. I think I have a little piece of wire right here. This guy right here, I can poke him back and forth. Hopefully he'll create a funnel, a nice clean funnel for us to come back. So let me go ahead and get that guy cleaned out. This is where I wish I had 2 tripods. One for my lap and one to retake. So this is why I actually put them in there, to be able to capture it this way. So let me see if I can try to get this tripod off. Gotta get him back off now. Then looking forward to putting the front panel on quickly. Okay, I got a feeling the more I mess around with this, the more it's gonna eventually give up on me. Get those 2 bolts blocked in. So we're gonna put silicone just like we did for our back tail light. If you remember this one right here. See that right there? Yeah, that keeps the water from getting into the connection. And I think it didn't do a bad job, right? There you go. It's created a little like a, a body structure. I guess, to be able to keep it not from bending and breaking off. So that's silicone for you. So we'll do the same thing if this needs to be silicone on there. Because these guys, they have their little sealed already. You can see these guys. They're nicely sealed. That. And so this guy here, they're looking like they're worked on a little rim of seal. So we can put a little silicone there and keep it dry. Hopefully keep it away from the dirt. So let me get a little bit of that silicone area clean. First of all, I gotta get the camera resolution. There we go. That was interesting how long it took there to clean that for a second. Okay, so let me go and get some silicone on here. I'm just gonna clean this tube out. I mean, it's literally the silicone is trapped. Look at that. That's actually the silicone in the tube. So silicone can make its own seal for you, so you never have to use a cap. But I'm gonna break it off like this. See, this is it. This is your silicone. Look at that. It came straight from here. It's like pulling a crawdad's meat out from his tail. You get the whole shape of it. So there you go. That's the, throw that one away. I guess this is clean now. So I just want to make sure I'm gonna poke this through. There we go. And now I can smell the fresh silicone still in here. Alright, so that worked. In fact, I could probably keep that guy. So next time I actually want to close up the cap again,